And there's news today out of Capitol Hill. Secretary of Energy Stephen Chu says we should not count on getting our money back from that catastrophic loan to Solyndra. $535 million of taxpayer money down the drain. Now, that grim word from the Energy Secretary today when he testified before the House Energy and Commerce Committee. The Energy Secretary also insists his decisions about the loan guarantee were not based on political considerations. Congressman Cliff Stearns joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta.
Well, did you learn anything today?
Well, I think the mantra is that as Solyndra fell, Secretary Chu failed to sound the alarm. And when you hear his testimony, he was sort of unaware of so many things, not just on the management side, but also on the financial side. And the more we look at it, including the subordination of taxpayers' money, the more we realize that he wasn't even competent to run these programs, in my opinion.
Who was the final decision maker who pulled the trigger to lend the money in the first place?
He had to pull the trigger. He had to decide.
All right. How much business background does he have?
He has none. He's a scientist, and he probably should be in a lab somewhere, and he's a very brilliant scientist. But at the same time, he doesn't have any experience meeting a payroll, actually looking at businesses that are trying to create a profit, because he's never done that. Right. And so here he has $37 billion that he's administrating, and he has roughly 33 programs of loan guarantees. So you see, the president doesn't have any confidence either, Greta, because he has Herb Allison appointed now as an outside commission to look at all these loan guarantees because he doesn't have confidence in Secretary Chu.
Secretary say he's going to resign?
He does not say that.
Was he asked that?
He was not asked that, although I have indicated that I think, based upon what I heard today, with the subordination that he illegally did, and I think even a Democrat, Gene Green from Texas, indicated he couldn't understand how he could subordinate taxpayers' law because the Energy Policy Act of 2005 says clearly you can't do it.
Well, you're going on the fact that he did something, you're suggesting he did something in violation of the law, right?
That's what I feel.
How about just on the criteria of being competent? I mean, if you lose $535 million on a really bad business decision, then you restructure it and give the green light a number of months later, which puts the taxpayers at the end of the end of the line. I mean, how about going just on the basis of not competently performing the job of being at least a steward of American taxpayer dollars?
I think you could make that case too. And also, the Department of Energy staff alerted he and others 2 years ago that prophetically that Solyndra was going to lose all cash by September 2011.
All right. Now, he says that the White House had nothing to do with it. No political pressure from the White House, right? Well, how does he explain the emails? At least there's a number of emails, including going back to Vice President Biden's then Chief of Staff, Ron Klain. There's that one where he shows enthusiasm for it. That's the first one. The second one, which is the email, I forgot who originated, where it asks Solyndra to postpone laying off workers until a day or two after the midterm election, not wanting the taxpayers to see what's up.
Yeah, the chain of events, Stover, who's the CFO of Solyndra, emailed to, at that point, the senior loan officer. His name is Jonathan Silver, who
at Energy,
at Department of Energy, who has since resigned. He emailed somebody in the White House, we think a lot of people in the White House, and they emailed back. We can't get those emails, but Argonaut is the one in the late October of 2010 indicated it appears that Solyndra is told not to lay off anybody except after the midterm election. So that whole chain of events, we'd like to see those emails. And the DOE, evidently, somebody from DOE told Solyndra, do not lay off anybody until after the midterms election.
All right, so the decision's made for, I mean, it's undeniable that it's if it's after the election, that it's a political decision, which certainly doesn't serve the American people well.
No, and Secretary Chu was asked, do you know who this person is? No. Did you know about it? No. I mean, that's the kind of response we got. He was unaware of a lot of these things, which shows, again, to what you're talking about. He's not running a major, shall we say, financial institution. He's running sort of a science lab.
All right, you say you can't get the emails from the White House. Is that because the refusing to say executive privilege, or they just haven't provided them?
They've just been slow walking the whole process. But, you know, the more we look at this, and of course, you know, Beacon Power is another one went bankrupt. That was the second one they offered out of these loan guarantees. So out of the first three, two of them have gone bankrupt. So at this point, we think there's much more to look at in terms of the loan guarantee. And obviously with Solyndra, we've got to see all those emails to really tie it up.
My advice to White House Energy, get it out now. It's this drip, 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 and running it right up to the election isn't going to help them much. Anyway, nice to see you, sir.
Thank you, Greta.